men from around the globe have assembled to challenge themselves with epic tests of human strength. Some have conquered the seemingly impossible and become legends. Men like Chasma, Jan-Paul Sigmarsson, Magnus Vermagnusson, and Marius Pudzianowski. And once again, it's 30 men chasing the same dream, to stand alone, to prevail, to earn the ultimate glory in their sport, the title of World's Strongest Man. Welcome to beautiful Sanya, China's southernmost city located on the tropical island of Hainan. It's this year's host for the ultimate test in strength athletics. We'll get Group 1's qualifying round underway in Sanya's Haitang Bay Plaza with the first of 6 events, the loading race.
And all of these events require phenomenal strength, but the guys that seem to do the best here also show speed and endurance. They're being asked to move over 1,000 pounds of sacks and barrels as quickly as possible. No easy task.
That's 35-year-old rookie Long Wu from Beijing, China. At 6 foot, 265 pounds, he's giving up some serious size to his fellow competitors. And by contrast, Nick Best, the 44-year-old from Las Vegas, has plenty of experience, but the former finalist, as we mentioned, comes into the competition nursing a lower back strain. And Lauri Nämi of Estonia, making his second World's Strongest Man appearance, the 34-year-old, a former weightlifting champ in his home country. So here we go. Bottom your screen, out very strong is Lauri Nämi of Estonia.
Now remember, Brent, these barrels weigh 265 pounds and they're easy to hold. But you see, to your point, Nämi moving very, very well in his transitions, making it look easy. That's a lot of weight there, buddy.
See if he can stay strong, or maybe didn't conserve enough. Here he is, a little bit of trouble, picking up the 275-pound sack, and Nick Best goes in front.
Yeah, those sacks are kind of movable weight, so you can't just use your forearms and grip strength. You have to use your whole body and carry it on your chest.
Again, 275, and this is tight. Best has the lead. Here comes Nämi. Strong finish, Nämi. And whose hands were off first? A dead heat.
See Wu up there at the top. That's his first sack. Finally gets it up there. He's only 6 foot tall, and that table's a little bit taller for him than it is for the other competitors.
46-44. Identical times for Best and Nämi in the loading race.
Yeah, now Best got to the last sack first, and it looks like it's his race to win, but Nämi really closed ground over the last few meters. This ended up being a dead heat. Very, very strong finish by Nämi.
Brings up heat to 28-year-old Robert Oberst, former O-lineman at Division II Western Oregon University. 12 months ago, this guy was a virtual unknown in the sport. Laurence Shahlaei has been one of the world's best over the last 5 years. The Englishman's top finish was 4th back in 2011. Iceland's Hafthór Björnsson, an absolute mountain of a man, 6'9", 397, could be the heir to his country's legends, Jan-Paul Sigmarsson and Magnus Vermagnusson. Heat number 2 underway. Again, the time to beat the top spot in this event is 46.44, set by Nämi and Best in the opening heat.
Björnsson out of the block so quickly, running both directions with all that weight in his hands, making it look pretty easy.
Shahlaei in the middle lane. Up top is Robert Oberst, the 28-year-old. And this really is impressive by Björnsson so far.
I mean, he's 6'9", 400 pounds. Most guys that size move like Oompa Loompas, but this dude is like a smooth athlete.
Final sack, 275 pounds. Pretty solid right there. And Hafthór Björnsson finishes strong in 39.50, and he wins the loading race.
And there at the top of your screen, Oberst looks to be in control, but here comes Shahlaei at the end. Oh, Brent, that last touch by Shahlaei cost him a spot in this race. Remember, time does not stop until both hands come off the sack.
So Björnsson, 4 objects, 39.50, and he wins the loading race.
And how about the rookie Oberst? Finishing this strongly in his first event has to give him some confidence moving forward.
So Björnsson gets the victory by completing all 4 objects in a time of 39.50 seconds. Then it was Oberst, Nämi, and Best shared third The big surprise was Shahlaei finishing 5th. 685,000 people live in Sanya, China, and it's the temporary home of the planet's best strength athletes as the host of the Commerce World's Strongest Man. The next test of strength for the 6 men of qualifying group number 1 is the Viking Press, and Aaron, this one's a classic.
Yeah, but it's not usually done with 330 pounds down at their gym. It's going to take leg drive to supply the thrust and then the delts and the triceps to finish it out to get the lockout. Look for double-digit reps to get the win.
Laurence Shahlaei is going to look to turn things around here after his disappointing result in the first event. You have to love the way that Robert Oberst is settling in here at the World's Strongest Man. He's been competing in the sport less than 2 years. You love him, I know, because both of you are former offensive linemen.
That's right. Little O-line love.
Shahlaei and Oberst as we begin the Viking Press, and Oberst off to an explosive start.
Yeah, look at his technique. It looks like one fluid movement. He's starting out with his legs to get that weight moving and then finishes off locking his arms out. He's smooth.
It's 330 pounds in there.
And Shahlaei on the left, having a respectable showing, but you can tell that that weight and all those coconuts are weighing on him.
Oberst gets his 11th. And now 12, Shahlaei checks out at 7. Oberst unable to get to 13, but nevertheless, very impressive.
Yeah, Oberst, ever the gentleman trying to pick that coconut up, but hey, an offensive lineman's never gonna let food slip through their hands.
Oberst, 12 reps of 330 pounds. That's 3,960 pounds lifted. This guy has been ready to go. Shahlaei, pretty disappointed, only 7 reps.
And Oberst right out of the gate wearing those pink Chuck Taylors had tremendous technique. And then he finishes it off with outstanding upper body strength.
Please welcome the United States of America.
That takes us to the next heat. Hobbled by a bad back, the USA's Nick Best still managed to tie for 3rd in the first event. Long Wu of China is in 6th place after one event. He'll hope to improve on that here, but faces a tall task, considering the 330-pound load is 65 pounds more than his body weight.
Yeah, Nick Best. This is not the type of event, lifting overhead, that you want to do with a bad back, but first rep looked pretty good.
It's his 2nd, and Long Wu really struggling here, Aaron. Can't get one, and he's out.
Yeah, once the carriage goes down and touches, you're out. Nick Best there, locking it out to get that 5th one. Let's see if he can get another one. Gotta lock those elbows out, Brent.
Can't get to number 6. The number to beat is 12, and Best can't get halfway there, and Wu unable to get any at all. Performing in front of the home fans, he struggled, and really so did Best, only getting 5.
Gotta feel bad for Wu, but when you look at Nick Best, tries to get that last one, you gotta lock it out. See how much effort, determination he has to get that last one, the bead of sweat dripping down his face. But what a great effort. He's got to feel pretty good with that, especially battling the injury.
Lauri Nämi tied Nick Best for 3rd place in the loading race. He's manager of a construction company back home in Estonia. Hafthór Björnsson of Iceland has gone Hollywood. He'll be appearing in the new season of Game of Thrones. Well, before he becomes a TV star, he wouldn't mind collecting a World's Strongest Man title. Björnsson, he is huge, 6'9", 397, and he gets 2 very quickly.
Typically, the longer your arms are, the harder it is because you have to lift the weight further, but Björnsson making it look easy here early on.
The number of reps to beat is 12 here in group number 1. Björnsson going for 7, and again, he's in a nice rhythm. Nämi struggling a bit.
He's trying to get his last one, but Björnsson finding his rhythm, going smooth, and Nämi out with the carriage settling down. Björnsson getting credit for his 10th.
So Nämi out at 4. Björnsson taking his time, trying to get 11 here, and he does.
Can he get a 12th, Brent? He looks pretty gassed, and no.
So Björnsson comes up 1 short. Nämi in 5th place. The Viking Press, 4 reps. Oberst will end up being the winner in this event as Björnsson gets 2nd.
And Nämi's got a background in Olympic weightlifting, and he shows pretty good technique, but overall lacked the endurance. And Hafthór Björnsson showing that you still got to work hard, even if you outweigh this thing by 70 pounds.
Now he's got the size, the strength, the beard, and now Robert Oberst has his first event win at the world's strongest man. Oberst gets the victory in the Viking Press with 12 repetitions. Hafthór Björnsson is 1 rep behind in second. Laurence Shahlaei third, Nick Best fourth. After 2 events, it's Björnsson and Oberst sharing the lead with 11 points apiece. Nick Best is in 3rd place, Shahlaei 4th. Remember, just 2 athletes in this group will advance to the final. Sanya's Nanshan Cultural Tourism Zone is normally a peaceful, tranquil place, but that's not how the athletes competing in the Commerce World's Strongest Man will remember it. The 3rd challenge for the 6 international athletes in qualifying Group 1 was the squat lift. The 715-pound apparatus proved to be too much for China's 𝗚𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗣, who failed to record a single lift. It was a similar story for American Nick Best. A back injury and a massive weight are not a good combination. Best had 0 lifts. We know Hafthór Björnsson possesses crazy amounts of power, but the man from Iceland was only able to get credit for 1 rep. Estonia's Lauri Nämi also fought a losing battle with the circus-like weight. He too recorded 1 lift. Robert Oberst may be inexperienced, but he seems to be a quick learner. The Californian had 2 good reps. Laurence Shahlaei of England is among the world's best in the squat lift, and he showed it with 9 repetitions. But the 10th rep wasn't to be and came with a very heavy price. The former finalist was forced to withdraw from the competition with a torn quadricep. Laurence Shahlaei got the win in the squat lift, but his time in China comes to a close. Oberst produced yet another good result to claim the 2nd spot. Björnsson and Nämi tied for 3rd with their single rep. Shahlei's absence opens up the path for the top 2 to advance to the final, but 3 events still remain. Oberst is the leader with 16 points. Björnsson is next. Nämi and Best have a major climb to get back in it. The time is now for Lauri Nämi and Nick Best to chase down a pair of giants. At the halfway point, Hafthór Björnsson and Robert Oberst are in control. This is the Commerce World's Strongest Man, hosted by Sanya, China. The world's strongest man can be a brutal game, while Icelandic giant Hafthór Björnsson has made it through the first 3 events unscathed. His co-favorite in qualifying Group 1 wasn't as fortunate. Englishman Laurence Shahlaei felt the wrath of a mammoth squat lift. Now the path is clear for American Robert Oberst to claim one of the 2 spots in the final. Can the big rookie get the job done? We'll find out next. Located on the island of Hainan in the South China Sea, Sanya, China is the host for the Commerce World's Strongest Man. Sanya Dongtian Park was the site for the 4th of 6 events in Group 1's qualifying round, and it was the always entertaining Fingal's Fingers. China's 𝗚𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗣 struggled through the first 3 events in his World's Strongest Man debut, but the home support helped him complete 1 of the 5 fingers. Nick Best of the USA, trying to gut it out in spite of a back injury, was credited with 3 fingers in 32.54 seconds. Lauri Nämi of Estonia made it through the first 4 fingers in a time of 53.77 seconds before calling it quits. American Robert Oberst made it through all 5 fingers, which total nearly 2,800 pounds, in a time of 55.98 seconds. Hafthór Björnsson handled the fingers with relative ease. The Icelander posted a score of 5 fingers in 44.94 seconds. And Hafthór Björnsson gets his 2nd win in 4 events. Robert Oberst, the only other athlete to complete all 5 fingers, he's 2nd. Nämi's 4 fingers were good enough for 3rd. Nick Best was 4th. With 21 points, the USA's Oberst continues to lead the overall standings. Björnsson of Iceland has closed to just a half-point back. Then it's Nämi and Best. The one and only Chasma is the subject of today's Commerce Flashback. With his incredible power and off-the-charts intensity, the man they call Kaz became a legend. He won 3 consecutive titles from 1980 to 1982, and many consider him the strongest man in history. The Commerce World's Strongest Man remains at Sanya Dantian Park in Sanya, China. Group 1 rolls on with their next event, the truck pull.
Well, if it wasn't bad enough that the truck weighs 26,500 pounds, the organizers were also nice enough to put it on an incline. The strongmen are going to have to drive their legs on the asphalt, then use their arms to tug on the rope to generate momentum. Yeah, and then if they have anything left after that brutal start, the course does flatten out.
Hafthór Björnsson is up next, but Long Wu and Nick Best have already shown how tough this event is going to be. Wu leads with 1.1 meters.
Got the rope.
Hafthór Björnsson of Iceland, second place overall right now. Another good showing here in the truck pull. Could secure his spot in the World's Strongest Man final.
Hafthór Björnsson, remember, he's 6'9", 397 pounds, and he uses all of that to get past the initial momentum inertia of that truck. He's got it moving. Now the key is for him to keep it moving, Brent.
This is more than 13 tons, and he's one of the best in the world in this event.
And you see him there using the short, choppy steps, using those big, powerful arms to pull along the rope. This is taking everything that Björnsson's got.
Still on the incline, trying to get to the flatter area. If he can just get some momentum here.
Look at his body length, the angle. It's perfect. It incorporates his lower body as well as his upper body in slow and controlled motion. He's not being extremely fast at this point, but he has kept the truck moving.
And now he's in the flat area as the clock hits 1 minute. And really battling it now.
Björnsson's getting gas, but right there you see he gets his second win. He's unwilling to quit. Using those strong legs, he hasn't given up, but it's really hard, Brent, to keep that truck moving once it comes to a stop.
And 1:15 is the time limit, so the clock runs out on Björnsson. Heck of an effort, going 13.1 meters for the man from Iceland.
Yeah, you can see Björnsson's blown out. And that early toll that it took for him to get that truck moving in the first place, remember on the incline, really seemed to catch up with him. It was a battle, and eventually it seemed like he was practically out on his feet because of exhaustion.
That takes us to Lauri Nämi. The Estonian strongman is in third place overall, 7.5 points behind Björnsson, who owns the second position. The mark to beat is 13.1 meters, set by Björnsson so far.
Well, Brent, this is a 25-meter course, and without question, the hardest part of this is the first 5 meters when they have to get the truck moving past its initial inertia, which is stopped.
You mentioned the 25 meters, also up against the clock. 1:15 is the allowable length of time.
One of the keys to this event is getting a good start, getting the truck up to speed, then keeping it at that speed. If you get it up to speed and it starts to pull you back down, it's really hard to get that thing moving again. It's like a cruise ship. It takes a while to get up to top speed, but once it does, it's moving.
The truck is 26,500 pounds, more than 13 tons, and he's got it moving.
This is where you want to be. Look at that body lean, very efficient. Now he's got his feet chopping, his arms grabbing, and he's doing a great job of keeping the truck and actually accelerating through the 20-meter mark.
He's got 15 more seconds. Can he get to the finish line of 25 meters?
This is where he's got to dig deep. He knows he's close. He's got to finish it off, but every muscle in his body is burning.
He's running out of time, and there it is. Just shy of the 25 meters. He gets it to 23.3. Now he's the current leader.
And look at Nämi get up. He needs help almost. Just gives you an indication of just how hard the 6'1", 325-pounder from Estonia had to work.
Nämi impressive in the truck pull, no doubt. The Estonian went cruising by the mark to beat set by Hafthór Björnsson, but he had nothing left over the last couple of meters. Well, through 4 events, it's pretty apparent that Robert Oberst belongs with the best strength athletes in the world.
Brent, it's been my experience that oftentimes what athletes don't know is what hurts them, but that certainly hasn't been the case early on for Robert Oberst.
He's a big guy at 6'8", 400, and Aaron, he also has a big heart. He's an in-home care provider for his brother Steve, who has to deal with cerebral palsy.
Yeah, and you take a look at Oberst's technique here. He's a little squirrely. We saw how smooth his technique was on the Fingal's fingers. He seems to really be fighting himself on this truck pull.
23.3 meters is the mark to beat. And he's got 1:15 to complete the 25-meter course. So either beat the 23.3 or finish the course in under 1:15. He's good to go.
He seems to be smoothing out here now. He's found that it's got to be one continuous motion, not just pumping your feet and then your arms, but both at the same time. Notice his technique. He's a lot smoother, and the truck is now moving the way he wants it to.
You were known in your day to move a few D linemen around, but how about a 13-ton truck? I mean, this is a tall order.
Well, I had to block Refrigerator Perry once. He was almost 13 tons. But hey, remember, the hardest part of moving this truck down this 25-meter course is getting it past its initial inertia. Oberst has used a lot of his energy just to get this thing moving based on technique.
Runs out of time, 1:15, and well short of that top mark of 23.3 meters. Third place is Oberst at 10.3 after that pull. So Lauri Nämi outworked the big boys in the group and took the truck pull with a distance of 23.3 meters. Hafthór Björnsson was second with 13.1 meters. Then it was Oberst with 10.3. After 5 events, it's Björnsson on top of the overall leaderboard. Oberst is in second. More importantly, Björnsson has qualified for the final, and Oberst is virtually assured to do so. They call Sanya the Hawaii of China, and this tropical paradise is the host for the Commerce World's Strongest Man. Group 1's qualifying round moves to the Grand Selux Hotel for their 6th and final event, the Atlas Stones. And Aaron, this truly is a test of overall body strength.
That's right, Brenton. With the stones ranging from 285 to 410 pounds, the strongmen are going to need to use their legs, hips, and back and a substance called tacky on their hands and forearms just to scoop them up off the floor and get them to their platforms.
You have to feel for Nick Best. He's always so positive, but the American strongman just couldn't overcome the lower back injury he suffered in training, and he's in 4th after 5 events. Lauri Nämi has had a solid showing in his 2nd World's Strongest Man appearance. The Estonian is in 3rd place and can actually still claim a place in the final if he wins the Atlas Stones and Robert Oberst fails to complete a single stone, but that's very unlikely.
Yeah, see Nämi there at 6'1". That platform seems to give him a little bit of trouble, but the 285 pounds of weight certainly doesn't. See a costly drop and precious seconds ticking away as they drop the 2nd stone for each of the athletes.
2nd stone, 310 pounds. Best able to hoist it up there.
Look at the technique here, Brent. They get it to a place where they can get it up to their mid-belly, and it takes extreme upper thoracic back strength to be able to carry that stone from that position and lift it up onto the platform.
Not looking good for Nämi to make the final, as he really battles with that 4th stone. Both guys fighting it. Best can't get it up there.
Yeah, it's not only the 355 pounds, Brent, it's also the fact that it's round. That's why it takes all their body strength, upper and lower, and that substance called tacky that we talked about, just to even give them a chance.
Just a few seconds left, and both men check out here. Whistle blows. Nick Best was able to get 3 in 31.20 and won't qualify for the final, while Nämi was able to get 4 stones in 42.57. In all likelihood, he's not going to make the final either.
Yeah, Nämi's relative lack of height here did him in. He's only 6'1". On the 4th stone, he caught the lip of the last platform, and, well, number 5 just wasn't going to happen.
Robert Oberst of California can punch his ticket to the final by lifting a single stone on the podium. He doesn't seem too worried about the task at hand. Wearing the pink shoes in honor of his mother's battle with breast cancer. He'll face off with Hafthór Björnsson of Iceland, who's already qualified for the final. Look for Björnsson to attack the stones. He's one of the planet's best strongmen in this event.
Yeah, he uses every single one of his 6'9" in this event.
And here we go, attacking to say the very least. See what Oberst can do to try to match it.
Right away, Björnsson's technique quite a bit smoother and quite a bit quicker, particularly in his transitions, than Oberst, the rookie.
4th stone, no problem, 355-pounder, and now the 410-pounder is up and in.
Strength, power and athleticism. The former basketball player showing you he's still agile, like a big dancing bear on his feet. And Robert Oberst, the big, powerful guy. Remember, this is his first World's Strongest Man event. It's kind of hard to find 410-pound stones laying around in your backyard, Brent.
Björnsson wins, getting all 5 stones in 21.03, and Oberst does qualify for the final.
I think I lost half my beard in that.
He only needed 1. He got 3 stones in 23.66. Hafthór Björnsson was simply overpowering. His score, 5 stones in 21.03. Nämi was second, Oberst third. Björnsson wins the group with 31.5 points. Oberst was second with 29 points. Nämi third, best fourth. Björnsson and Oberst will compete with 8 other strongmen for the title of World's Strongest Man. So the first 2 of 10 positions in the World's Strongest Man final have been claimed. We'll find out who will join Hafthór Björnsson and Robert Oberst as the qualifying round continues. For Aaron Taylor, I'm Brent Stover. So long from Sanya, China.